in today's episode of Simulation Sunday. And still chopping. Well, we have one entry in this weekly candle and it's just chopping around. Look at this. Why is the start of the simulation always such a chop, man? Yo, what up guys? Let's try to grow this small account, and I'm gonna explain how to increase your risk once you go into profits. But first of all, let's pick a random date. Let's see where they put us this time. Somewhere back in history. Hopefully not somewhere in like 1999 or something. Let's see what we got over here. We are in 2014 September, when price was actually 130-ish. Wow, okay, let's look at the monthly first of all, see what we're dealing with. Wow, super bullish monthly candle on the dollar, bearish on the euro. Looks like we're aiming for these lows on the monthly time frame. So let's mark up our draw on liquidity. Let's go to the weekly, see what we have over here. That's a big expansion candle. Holy. So we're gonna aim for these lows. That's pretty obvious right now. Let's look at the daily. This is Thursday's candle. It's a massive candle. How big are you? You are 220 pips. Wow, that's insane for a euro candle, by the way. Because we have such a massive daily candle, it's gonna be very hard to trade the next daily candle. Unfortunately, we need to be in premium if we want to short. And it's far away from where we are right now, because we're not going to short when there's such a big expansion here. So what we're going to do, we need to wait for price to come back to premium. We're not trading here. We're not trading down all the way down here. Okay, let me mark up these midnight opening lines. We'll always want to know if we're above or below daily opening, right? Literally what you got to do here is wait. You can't do anything else. So let's see if we can actually go back to premium. Or maybe price is going to consolidate. That's also very likely after such a large expansion. Looks like we're let's see, we're just running into this gap here, and then we're displacing lower. So we're gonna assume we're not gonna go back to discount. So we're gonna use the most next available ranges it's forming here. It's the end of the daily candle here, so let's go to the next one. There we go. So we have a consolidation with Asia slightly expanding. So if we can run all these highs up here back into a key level, we should have a nice setup, honestly. We can use this high, and we're running it down here. Very, very, very bullish here. We didn't reach our target yet, so we're still gonna assume price is gonna run. What we're gonna do is we're looking for a 1 hour key level. Are there some 15-minute highs? Yes, there's a bunch of highs here, which we can order pair. I mean, it's basically the same on the 4 hour. So we have double sequence over here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna short in premium, stop on the high, and we're going to aim on that line I marked up here and down here. That's what we want to aim for. 3.6R, that's input the order. And we're going to do, if you look at the prop firm, you have 10 shots if you use 1%, right? Because you have a 10% drawdown limit. So if we do 10 shots on a 2K account, we can risk 200 per trade, right? And if you're uncomfortable doing that on a real live account, then you should have a even smaller account than 2K. Right, but we're gonna risk 200 here. See if we can get tagged. We get tagged. So, then this premium and discount a little bit. We can scale in my opinion, once we form a CSD OB, which is this one, right? So let me make the line a little bit thicker and orange. I like to use that color for an OB. If we close below, we can scale in another. Wow, we almost got taken out. This does not look that good. We did run a high. We had a stop loss slightly above it. Yeah, this is not an OB anymore, obviously, because we didn't go below it, but we do have this effigy. So if we inverse the effigy, we can still look for the same. But right now, we're just gonna hold and pray. Okay, we get taken out, that's fine. I still think we should go lower, but we're just getting run multiple times on these highs. Look at how many times it runs those highs. Kind of unfortunate, but I still think we can go lower, because we have this purge and it's displacing lower. So see if we can close below that fair value gap. That would be an indication for me that we're actually going lower. Still holding. Right, let's wait for the IFG to form. Bro, this is hella chop. Okay, we're still waiting. It's chopping so much. And still chopping. Well, we have one entry in this weekly candle and it's just chopping around. Look at this. Why is the start of the simulation always such a chop, man? Well, we kept our risk to the minimum, right? We only took one trade in this weekly candle and it's just an absolute chop fest. So it looks like we might retrace back to discount if it's chopping around right now. There's no willingness to go higher. I don't want to buy euro. I mean, I can. There's enough range, I guess, but it's looking very ugly and there's no entry model here present. So yeah, we're just gonna let this do its thing. Yeah, we're gonna mark up the same effigy here. This is the last area where price was being held for higher, right? You look at this, all these candles are holding price here. So this is a significant fair value gap. The other ones don't matter. If we effigy this, we're probably just forming the low here already on the weekly candle. It's still holding very strong fair value gap. We're still waiting. A lot of chop. And this is such a choppy start of the session. But this is what happens in real life as well, right? So don't be discouraged. Sometimes you have to wait a long ass time. And we are in 2014. So I'm not familiar with that time period at all. Back into the effigy again. Look how strong that effigy is. Running the highs, still chop. Look, we're still inside of the same range. It's absolutely disgusting. There's no displacement out of... Okay, there we go. It took a while. We didn't close below it, so I wouldn't have taken the setup here. But we have an actual breakout right now. It took hella long, by the way. But we actually have something to work with right now. We did run the low already, though. So that's kind of unfortunate, but... we have something to work with right now, at least. We're not stuck in the range anymore. Okay, next daily candle. This is a Thursday. We already took out the high, but this is the range we're currently working with. This high until this low. And we should expect a bearish candle again. So the IFG here is still an area of interest to me. So what I'm going to do is put a short in the IFG. I'm going to put our stop on the high. And we're going to aim for the low. It's 2.7 R. I'm going to risk 200. There we go. And if we have another skill in opportunity, obviously I will figure it out. We go. We get tagged in the IFG. Very significant level of price. Still chopping in Asia. Should still push up higher in my opinion. What is the next significant area of price? We should have this. Where's my rectangle? We have this OB here, right? So if we start closing below, I think we should be good for another expansion. We're closing below. It's pretty good. So what we're gonna do, we have an old area of buying into a new PD array here. So we're gonna do this, put our stop on potential high of the day. And we're just gonna scale in and aim for the same target. And then we're gonna do another 200 here. So we have two positions open right now. Let's see if we can get tagged. Get tagged. Can we run lower? I would appreciate if you displace lower and not take so long. This is a Monday, a new weekly candle opening. Okay, let's look at the weekly. We don't really need to go much deeper. Let's look at the weekly on euro. No, our stop losses should be fine. We don't expect this daily candle's high to get taken out, right? There is a 4-hour effigy. We might run in here. That's fine. So we'll endure a little bit of drawdown on the second position. But overall, we should just decline here. Chopping around. Went back into the effigy, I think, on the 4-hour. Yeah, so we went back into the effigy on the 4-hour. Really want to see price decline right now. Let me put in my midnight opening. And what you always can choose to do if you're not confident in holding the trade, right? We can put one position on break even, right? And if we're not comfortable in this one, we'll just close it, right? And just hold the initial position. But for now, I still think we can go lower. We just did a run back into premium. Let me remove all this stuff here. Right, and we're just gonna monitor how this price is behaving. Let's look at this daily. This daily looks absolutely marvelous. And of course, that is not the case. Let's look at the 4H. We have another 4H per value gap here, so it might run in there and then decline. Our stop losses should be good. It's safe. If we're actually bearish, we should not go there. Let's look at the 15. There's some 15-minute highs. I don't want to scale in on another position. We already have 2 positions open, so we're not going to scale in. And we just got to let this run. Beautiful, right? Now we can go break even on the second one as well. And look, we're up 500 right now after the first loss we took. We can choose to... Well, we're just gonna hold this. This looks like a very nice draw into the lows, and we already took out the highs on DXY, so we don't want to play around too much, but looks very bearish. New daily candle about to open up. Okay, we're super deep right now. We're up 650. What we're gonna do, we're gonna close this position up here. There we go. 100%. Close. We secure something. Right, we're up 276 and we have some floating, right? 375. We're gonna hold this to the low. It should not go back higher, honestly. If it do retrace here, we might look for another entry actually. Okay, we took out the low, beautiful. And we're up 700 on that small account right now. So what we can do right now, because we risked 200, we can go up to 300. What I would advise to do actually, if you hit the 1k mark, right? Let's say we're up 1k, then go to 300. When you're up 4k, go up to 400. When you're up 5k, go up to 500, right? So keep increasing those 10 shots you have on a prop firm if you risk 1% and base it on your P&L, your account balance rather, right? So only 12 minutes in and we're already up 700. Let us sit through a lot of chop though, and we just took out a higher time frame target. I think there's more to get. There's this low here, so we might just want to aim for another setup and then aim for this one. The daily time frame is very, very, very bearish. We form an daily effigy here. So this is the next opportunity in my opinion. I don't want to look for shorts where we are right now. It's way too deep into the lows. If I take the last range, this is the last range, right? Because we had the high resistance liquidity run here, right? And then, I mean, this is the daily effigy. We wanna see a retracement on the minimum, right? Let's look at the daily here. Yeah, super bearish on the euro. Let's skip. Let's extend. We're gonna go very, very deep. We are on Thursday, so might be Friday retracement. I think we should just call it a week here. Like if you catch this two nice setups in one weekly candle, you should be very content with your trading. Okay, we're starting the new weekly candle all the way into the lows I wanted to aim for. All right, so. Let me move this. There we go. Midnight opening lines. Here's the thing, we're very close to the sell side. We're probably gonna run the sell side. It's not ideal if we wanna look for shorts and the sell side is already gone, especially if it's such a important low which has been intact for so long, right? Oh, it's still intact. Okay, it's still intact. Oh, they're leaving it intact. Okay, let's look at DXY though. Did you take out all the highs or do we actually have to consider? There's a fair value gap here. And I gotta look at that fair value gap. So there's still a draw intact. If you can retrace, we have still something to work with. This is only Monday, right? Let's just let the weekly candle develop a little bit. Super bullish. Daily looks like it can retrace, so ideally this fair value gap down here, right? Rectangle. Ideally we wait for this. No, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, it's kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate. Draw is very, very easy. Yeah, this is gonna be... I'm very worried about this simulation right now because we have a massive expansion. And typically when those massive expansions happen, we can get chopped up like this for a very long time. But yeah, this is just like a short Easter. Happy Easter, everybody, by the way. Short Easter simulation. But like I said, make sure to increase your risk every 1k you go up on your account, right? And don't think about prop firm like I'm gonna risk 1% on my account, but think about I have 10 shots on my account, and then I'm gonna increase every profit target I hit. I am gonna increase my risk, right? So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a short educational simulation. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button as always, right, guys? I will catch you next week. Maybe I'll go live stream again next week. We'll see. And I appreciate all of you, and till the next video.